We are awakening to the calling of the mystic. Awakening, we are awakening.
Namaste and welcome once again to BBTV, Brandon Bay's television Masterclass. And this particular class we're going to be focusing on clearing some of the blocks that we erect, some of the barriers that we erect to allowing love to flow in a very natural, healthy way in our lives. And most of us, if we're really honest with ourselves, will admit, and perhaps you can investigate this for yourself, that there have been times when you've looked into other people's eyes and they've said something lovely to you, they may even have expressed love to you, or you've seen that look that signified or signaled to you that there was love there, and yet somehow you couldn't feel it. It just couldn't get past some sort of barrier that was here. And, you know, we wonder, well, what puts that in place? Why would I want to stop allowing love in? Love for myself and allowing love in general. So allowing love from others, love for myself. And most of us have spent our lives feeling that we can see love. We can hear it spoken from other people. But if we're truly honest, there's times in our life where we have felt it just hasn't gone on in. And it's because we've erected these barriers to love. So today we're going to be going through an experiential investigation of what our particular barriers to love are and why we've erected them. What were our beliefs about our own deserving of it? Our beliefs about what would people find if we really let them in to see inside us, and how could they love me if they really knew who I really am? How could they possibly love me? And so all of these types of barriers we erect, and then when we really want to connect with someone and connect with ourselves, somehow it just doesn't feel authentic, it doesn't feel real, it doesn't feel full or complete. And so we're going to really dive in today and investigate that. Now, for those of us that have been in the Masterclass for some time, this particular one is live, and I'm wanting really to invite you to participate from your living room. For those of you, most people, they tend to listen to this after the fact. But if you are joining live with me right now from around the world, I'd love for it to be also in part a dialogue where you get to type in and say, okay, this is what came up for me and this is what I experienced in the process. And so we can have a bit of a to and fro that's happening. And I've also invited Cliff. Cliff, why don't you say hello to the camera? And Cliff has been, I think, on nearly every BBTV. Hi. And he's a loyal, stalwart BBTV Masterclass participant. And the only time he hasn't been able to be with us is when we were shooting from Australia. And he could have been there in the India one, but we had a whole group of an audience there in that particular one. And so he'll be participating, and I always love for these to feel like they're taking place right in your living room. And I trust you've watched that little tiny segment that happened before I came on, and you've already closed your windows and turned off the telephone and turned off the TV, and that you're going to use this time specifically just for you. It's 1 hour that you give to yourself once a month with me, and sometimes more often with other people. And it's a time just for you to open and just to take time to be still, to come home to who you are, and to really let your own soul expose to you what's been going on in your life that you've erected barriers to love. So we always begin, as you know, with first a meditation. And then after the meditation, we go into a little bit of teaching, and hopefully then we'll get to do some in-depth processing today. So if you'd like to join me, I trust that phones are off and you've put away this little private time just for you. And so let's all take a nice deep breath in and letting it out. And right now, if you've had a busy day or a lot's been going on, take a deep breath in and kind of blow the whole day out of the room.